I noticed a change in things. I noticed a change since I started pounding it a year and a half ago. Information. That's what I'm talking about, information. I don't get any more people saying crazy crap like larger sensors gather more light, because they don't, because you know, exposure is per unit area. Or like the same lens on a DX sensor versus an FX has a different depth of field. No, it doesn't. I'm not getting those comments anymore. I'm not hearing anybody talk about it because there's a few people on YouTube. Yeah, people that will remain unnamed. Yeah. By the way, when I was eating pizza with Jason Lanier, I said, "You know that guy? You know that guy? He kept saying larger sensors gathered more light, and he, you know who I'm talking about, don't you?" He rolled his eyes, is like, "Yeah." He said something like, "I can't believe he says stuff like that." There's something we can agree on. I don't see those comments anymore. It's like, because I used to get comments all the time, and I haven't had one in a long time. People say, "Well, what about so-and-so who says larger sensors gather more light?" No, they don't. Sensors don't work like picture windows, you know? Lets in more light. Same reason, like, if you're, like, walking in the small state of Connecticut, and you, like, cross the border into Pennsylvania, a much larger state, more light does not fall on your head. You know, your head would be, like, per unit area. Yeah, see, larger sensors don't gather more light. Every lens on Earth, irrespective of the size of the sensor underneath it, craps out the same light. So this notion of depth of field changes? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. But these people still stick by this nonsense. But thankfully, I don't get those comments anymore. So I think I have... I'm polishing my knuckles. I think I have single-handedly, possibly, greatly dispelled this hogwash nonsense, poppycock, twaddle, it's just BS is what it is. BS. There's a long string of other things like that. Like larger sensors gather more light. No, they don't. Same lens on a different size sensor, you know, different. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. There's a long list of them. You could probably think of some other ones that I can't think of because it's really late in the evening. But I don't get asked those questions anymore, so I think I finally nailed it! Because I made so many videos about that fact. Yeah. Exposures per unit area, by the way. Larger sensors don't gather more light. Yeah, it does, because it's larger. It gathers more light, you know? It's like a larger picture window. Exposure is per unit area, not per total area. You know, some crazy people still believe this nonsense. By the way, like if you have the world's most professional light meter, which I do have, there's no setting on there for like FX versus DX or medium format. You know why? 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 Because exposure is per unit area. It has nothing to do with per total area. You know? You know what? Like if you have a person, like you got a little chick, you got a girl standing in a DX sensor. It's like that X exposure does not change if you ain't made the sensor bigger. Exposure is per unit area. PUA, per unit area. There's even a formula for it. Go look it up. But I don't get those questions anymore, so that's good news. I think that means that we have finally plugged the hole. Someone's out there going, "Ew, that's gross." I think we finally plugged that hole. Kind of like the little boy in Denmark, wasn't it? You know, there's a hole in the dike, and he went down there and he like stuck his finger in the. I should specify it as a wall, right? That's what they call it. You know, the seawall just sprung a leak. I think I finally plugged that leak, because I used to get those comments regularly, like clockwork, and I haven't had one in a long time. So I think that's good. I think we've just finally dispelled the notion that larger sensors gather more light. At least mostly so. Sure as the sun rises in the morning, someone's going to leave a comment below. "Sure, larger sensors gather more light. What the hell are you talking about, fat boy?" And then I'm going to go, no.